I be a girl. I be a girl who be doing thinking. I be a girl who does thinking about her life, planning her escape from life failure. And so I was just recording a voice note from my note app, and I was like, this should be a video, I think. And so I'm making a video. And here are these papers. And this is my thinking. And here's my notebook. And this is my thinking. And here's my other notebook. And that's also my thinking. And this is all my thinking. All my thinking. All my thinking, which turned out to be about 6 hours and 20 minutes. And I was like, that's like a word shift, but like weird, because I was like, oh, this is so weird. Like I spent 6 hours in a row working on something that's like designing thought tech, as I would like to call it. I dreamed about this years ago, and I was like, oh, I spent too much time like doing like too much, like I spent too much time like working on like one thing, like because on like a day when I'm not scheduled to work, I feel like I'm supposed to do focus, like focus, like I don't know what to call it, like I'm not supposed to focus for longer than like 2 hours. I don't know why, because I feel like I'm wasting my time, and it's like right. But when you go to work some gig at some magazine, at some like at some like fashion store or like some store, it's like 12 hours easy, and it's like what are you doing all day? It's like stupid stuff, but they pay me for it, right? Do you do anything valuable actually, or like something for your life, or is it just a bunch of like mundane, stupid stuff, something that an actual robot could like do, and it would be like a good thing if there was like uh, universal basic income that was good enough to provide enough money for like decent shelter, enough food that's nutritious enough, enough allotment of money for clothing and toiletries and transportation, transit, and like clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like just like a basic normal like amount of money that would be reasonable for a person to have coming in every month in order to like live a normal life. You feel me? Like in that scenario, it's like right, a robot could be doing this for 12 hours, and then I would have free time to like complete my life, which is something that is not stupid rote work that should be like that shouldn't be like taking up all of my time and my existence, like making me like be in danger of not fulfilling my existence. Does that make sense? It's like right, 12 hours doing that kind of stupid stuff, that's okay, but 6 hours and a half almost of focusing on creating a tool that would enable you to actually keep your attention, to enable you to keep memory of what's actually going on in life in the face of the world and all the people in the world who want to upset, confuse, drain energy, like constantly talk about things that are not important, and otherwise like entangle you in like attention traps that dissipate your focusing power, which is the same thing as your action power, ruining your life. Like it's literally what the result is. Like other people in the world ruin your life unless the people that you're spending your time with are focused on the actual nature of human physical existence, which is the finity, I want to say, of the physical body, of the physical lifetime. Unless they're like actually thinking about that and being like, and they have a good heart. So like they're not actually interested in tearing someone else down for sport or because of their insecurities. Like if they actually have a good heart, they don't want to waste anyone's time because they understand like if I'm wasting someone's time, like with like a sense of carelessness, not by accident, but like actually like with carelessness, then I'm like ruining this person's life. But then a lot of people do actually waste people's time through not realizing it, because there's no culture in the world that makes it clear for humans, for people, that like, like your time is going and you should be spending your time informed by the reality of your existence, which is your physical body has an actual deadline. Fuck, I didn't even put it like that in my own like notebooks. Your physical body has an actual your physical body has an actual deadline. That's so fucking clean, bitch. That's so fucking good. That's exactly what it is. Oh my god. And you don't know when it's gonna happen. You don't know when the deadline is. You don't know when the deadline is. And it's like, are you a, like, I'm gonna arrange myself because people out there freaking me out. Are you a robot who doesn't care about what your output is, as far as like when the deadline hits, what's gonna be the result of your lifetime? Because you're either going to like, I wonder if I could put this here. I don't want like shaky camera action. You're either going to have like a completed like you as a person have something that you want to do, and you have only the duration of your body being alive to do it. And if you don't do it, you won't get to do it because it's over. That's all you know. Like, truly, that's what you know. And you should spend your time and your focus, your like attention, informed by that. That's the only fact that you have to constantly keep in front of your mind. Like, that's fact number one. The deadline is coming for my physical body, and I don't know when it is. You have to be able to stomach that because it's gonna happen anyway. Like, that's the first, like, moment of homework. It's like how to actually become able to stomach conscious awareness of the fact that the deadline of my physical body is going to show up, and I would be miserable if certain things didn't happen. And there's a certain finite list of things that if you did not fulfill them or have them happen in your life to a certain degree, it's a finite list. But that list, like, that list exists and it's a finite list. It's not actually infinite. You don't actually want to do everything in the universe. You actually want to do certain things, and that's it. And so you have to identify what that list is. And I spent during these 6 hours and 20 minutes, I like completed my list. It was so annoying. Can I tell you? Oh my god, I was like, this is so annoying. Like, I can't do this because it feels like you're approaching, trying to like itemize something that is infinite, because it feels like I want to do everything in the world. And so it feels like, how am I supposed to complete this? Like, it's probably going to be like 100 things. And it's like, no, it's like less than 30 for me. It's less than 30. I was like, oh, there's less than 30 things. Like, and like, there's like 11 creative things. There's like 3 location things as far as the planet. There's like, I feel like 6 things that are like areas of life that like are true for all humans. And so I want things within those areas. And then there's like a few other things that are like health and vitality, or like I said, like I decided that was gonna be like its own thing because it's kind of like a very basic underlying thing. I don't so but the point is I have 25 things altogether. And it's like I am clear on that now, and I've been putting this off for a while because I have known that like I have to finalize my final list of like these are the key events and standards that need to be achieved or maintained after I meet them. Like after I raise my experience to at this level for this particular thing, and I have to then maintain it, you know? And so like doing all this thinking today, like I feel like I didn't do a good enough job, like I wasn't intelligent enough, or I wasn't like focused enough, that I didn't produce like thought product that was like that is effective enough. That's how I feel right now. But I think that that's not true. I think like tomorrow when I wake up, I'm gonna be like, man, like I'm really glad I did this thinking, because like I have this one notebook. This notebook is from April. Like I finished it in April, and as I was doing thinking today in my new notebook, showing you my style, because if I'm going to actually have a deadline to my life, it's like I want you to see my aesthetic because it's cool. Like I lived and this is what I was like. Like this is sweet. Like it's like minimalist, but it's also like Korean, Japanese, Chinese, stationary vibes. But it's like clean and like not just, you know, like it's good. Like you should know that about me, because if when you die, like I said, whatever people didn't know about you, they'll never know. And so part of realizing the finity of the physical body is like you should just simply like show up so other people can look at you, because that's actually um, an essential experience for a person with an identity, because we're not machines, we're not things. We have like souls, and our souls have requirements. Like that's what makes a human, and not like a, or like a sentient being of our kind of intelligence. Like the nature of like beings like us as humans, it's like we have these needs that are like specific to our level of complexity and like spiritual, like what's it called, like sensitivity, or like the complexity and the advancement of like the spiritual nature of a human being births certain needs. And so some of those needs are like, I shouldn't always just sit like in one spot looking in the camera talking. I should always be like, I should also be like, hi, like show everything about myself that's cool, because if life is gonna be over at some point, it's like, oh, if I don't ever show like my style, I'm gonna feel like what, I wasn't even born. So yeah, here, like you know. But the point is, I was doing thinking about time lots, as I decided to call them. My time lots are 10 minutes at a time, because that's a workable amount of time for me to actually focus and really like get something done, and kind of like get in, do some work, and then get out, you know. And I was thinking, you know, and I was like, because the whole point of like logical thinking and trying to understand what a system needs or what a tool needs to be in order to achieve its like purpose of like helping you, you know, you have to like logically think. And I love focusing and thinking. Like when I actually like get over that like resistance to thinking, because you feel like you're going to fail at achieving a result that's actually helpful, you know. I got over that, and then it was like the fun of thinking, just like focusing, and like I don't know where this understanding is gonna come from, but I'm like trying, and I'm efforting, and I am reaching, and I'm trying to like, if this then that, and like what is this about, just like mulling something over in your mind, like creative thinking, you know, like intellectual process of like original thought, like what is this, and like do you know what I mean? Like I love that process. And so to that process, like I realized at some point that it's like the thing to remember, the most important thing to remember after the basic fact of like the finity of the body, is the sequence of time. Before that, I realized as I was thinking, like this happens through thinking. Thinking is really important. Thinking is not something that you can substitute with something else. It's not feeling. It's not looking up a video and learning from someone else. Like when you do your own thinking, like you become more intelligent. And when you become more intelligent, you become more capable of choosing correctly where your focus should go. And you become more capable of actually keeping your focus or your attention on the thing that you realize you need to be focusing on. And then when you do your own thinking, you become capable of actually doing the action of efforting in order to focus to do the thing. But that's only if you do thinking. If you don't do thinking, you're just kind of like this, because there's no sense of like clarity about like why you're doing something. Thinking like logic, reasoning, like it gives you that. And so it makes you sharper. It makes you it brings you closer to being successful at fulfilling your life. So thinking is extremely important. And so I was like, the thing to be managed really, it's conscious awareness. Because the thing about life is that, like, why is it that, like, this is from April, and I did some, uh, so to finish the thought, I was like, because with logic, it's almost like, I don't know if this is true every time, but with logic, it's almost like you're like exploring an invisible intellectual terrain where things are based on if this then that, therefore. And so therefore it's like you'll get back to the same place. It's like you're mapping out a terrain that's actually there, and you'll get back to the same like logical need, because you weren't just like whimsically out of your ass making shit up. You were like thinking logically, and therefore the logic will bring you back to the same thing that you discovered maybe like a month and a half ago. And so that happened. I was like, oh, I'm realizing that I need to understand how many time lots I have available to me actually in the day, because you can say 144 10-minute lots of conscious action or awareness. You can say 96 lots of conscious action potential, because for 8 hours you're sleeping. But it's like, right, but I have to, like, I wake up, that takes 10 minutes. Like, it just does. Like, I put my bed away, it takes another 10 minutes. I do the dishes in the morning because I didn't do them the night before because I just don't like doing my dishes fully at the end of the day. That's another 10 minutes. I cook my breakfast, 10 minutes. I eat my breakfast. I know that I like to give myself a bunch of time to eat my breakfast because I'm irritated and I don't want to rush, because I don't really want to start the day when I wake up. I'm like, I'm not really wanting to be here, Like, life is too difficult and I'm so scared that I won't get to what I need to get to, and then my dreams won't come true. Like, I don't want to be here in this situation. That's what actually is behind the feeling of like I need a bunch of time for breakfast. 90 minutes. It's just what I need. That's how scary it is to be in the predicament of like, what if my dreams don't come true? Like it's too much. You feel me? And so, like, how many time lots is that? That's like a bunch of time lots. So you have to realize, like, every day that I'm not scheduled to go to a shift right off the bat in the morning, that's already time that I'm not gonna have. So this like wishy-washy to-do list crap that never worked for me, it's like, right, there's no actual rootedness in the reality of your finite body doing stuff in the day. And that's why time is wasted. Time is wasted. Time is wasted. And it's like it's a threat to your existence, because the whole point of your existence is getting to the fruition of your dreams. Because if you don't have the fruition of your dreams to some amount, like if you're not on the road or on the way or on the trajectory or on the vector to going like in the direction of actually like having your dreams come to fruition, you're super like you it's like death. Like, you're going to feel it, you're going to hell when the deadline happens for your body. And so it's like the thing to protect yourself from is not being on the trajectory to the fruition of your dreams. And your dreams are not like this wishy-washy child concept, is what I realized, or this thinking. It's like your dreams are, they should be called something else. Like the designs, like not designs, like they're like more banal than doing the dishes. Like, these are the things that are a threat to your life. Your dishes not being done is not a threat to your life. But if you don't become the fruit bearing tree of the fruit that you're supposed to bear, you're not, it's like you're gonna go to hell when the deadline comes. And you're gonna also be in a state of depression and morbidity in your soul, in your consciousness later in life. Like, you cannot allow the world to prevent you from realizing that the point is to make sure that you bear your fruit. Okay, and so like I did, so yeah, and so the point is, like, I realized the time lots, and I was like, you know what? I actually already did this thinking. Like, let me find this notebook, and I found a notebook, and I looked at the thing. I like wrote out like a time budget, sweetie. You feel me? And then I wrote like I can pre-plan the whole month this way, because like there's daily lots of action and focus that repeat, and I did that. I have a full. I'm so excited. I did like a Google Sheets spreadsheets. I have like 3 of them. Like, I spent all this time and I was like, I don't know if this is relevant or effective or helpful, like, actually, but this is just what I'm like trying right now, and I think it will be effective actually. But it's really fun to be like oh, I spent 38 lots of time on like creative work, or like focused on like growing my life apart from like maintenance stuff. And now I understand, like, guess what? I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna eat, and then I can't do any more like creative stuff. I have to do maintenance stuff because I'm out of like time. Like my budget for the day for this shit is out. Like I can't. It's so fun. And so yeah, that's what I spent the afternoon, the day doing. It's like 6 hours and 20 minutes. It's like a short shift for